In the previous video, we discussed the responsibility an advertiser has to consumers and how advertisers can build and maintain trust. In this video, we're going to explore the four major components of the advertising ecosystem and how personal data and consumer privacy weave through it. The advertising ecosystem can be broken down into four sections: consumers, advertisers, publishers and partners, and regulators and gatekeepers. These four groups all interact with each other in different ways, and they create a complex web that's at the core of data-based advertising. Let's look at these four groups individually and how they influence the ads you see as a consumer. First, the consumer is the person that's most important to a business. We've already covered in previous lessons what a consumer is comfortable sharing and how an advertiser can responsibly use that shared information. Next, on the other side of the advertising ecosystem web is the advertiser. We've broken down the many ways that data can be useful to advertisers to make ads more relevant. After an advertiser has created the ad and determined who should see it, it heads to the publishers and their partners. Publishers are the websites and apps that produce and share digital content. This is the content that's usually at least partially funded by advertisements, which are in turn optimized using data provided by consumers to those websites and apps. When publishers can connect brands and businesses with people likely to be interested in them, advertisers are willing to invest more on their platforms or sites. Data makes this possible. These publishers are the most direct connection to a consumer, and they're closest to the needs and feedback from their readers, viewers, and listeners. Publishers are balancing their consumers, their personal brand, financial drivers, and technical concerns with every ad that shows with their content. It's important that they make decisions carefully. Publishers will often work with partner companies like ad exchanges and measurement providers, for instance. These partners improve the efficiency and effectiveness of advertisements on their sites. Ad exchanges are the systems and intermediaries that enable advertisers and publishers to come together to buy and sell ad inventory in an automated way. These systems rely on data from publishers, advertisers, and other ad inventory platforms. Measurement providers include third-party providers and ad providers that offer measurement solutions. This helps the publisher and the advertiser evaluate the effectiveness of advertising to further optimize their ads. The final players in the ecosystem are the gatekeepers and regulators. This is a broad category of companies, industry groups, and government agencies that determine how private data can be used in advertising. We're going to focus on three types of gatekeepers: browsers and device platforms, governments, and industry organizations. In the digital space, any ad that a consumer sees will eventually end up on a device or browser. That means that these browsers and devices are a very important part of the advertising ecosystem. Any rules or restrictions that a device or browser implements will impact their user base and any advertiser trying to reach them. It's more and more common for governments to also regulate the collection and the use of personal data. Laws like GDPR, CCPA, and COPPA all limit the amount of personal data collected and the way that data is used. Later, we'll dig deeper into this topic. Finally, industry groups also help steer data and privacy rules. These groups can include members from all across the advertising ecosystem, and they are striving for a better understanding and adoption of privacy within the advertising industry. The digital advertising ecosystem is quite complex, so let's look at an example to make it come to life. Earlier in this course, we talked about DTC Cleaning and their introduction of Snackwall, a subscription snack service for businesses. James wants to advertise to reach the target audience that he believes will be interested in Snackwall. So James is the advertiser and the target audience is the consumer. James decided that Facebook is a great platform for his ads, so Facebook is the publisher James plans to work with. Facebook will use the data and information it has about its users to help get James's ads in front of the target audience. But James also believes that there are some users that may not be using Facebook. James works with an advertising agency that advises James to use an advertising exchange to place ads on a large number of websites to reach his target audience. The advertising exchange will use data on the browsing behavior of a large number of consumers to target the ads. James's agency works with OpenX, which is an example of an advertising exchange. We refer to the advertising exchange as a publisher's partner, since they help publishers monetize by placing ads alongside their content. James's ads won't reach all the customers he intends to target. Since the ads will be delivered through browsers and devices, there are certain restrictions to how much data the publishers and the publisher partners can collect about the consumers, which will affect who in James's target audience sees the ads. The publishers and partners James works with also need to follow the laws and regulations regarding the use of data in their regions. Now you have a better understanding of the advertising ecosystem and the different ways data is managed inside it. In the next video, we're going to dig into data ownership. I'll see you there.